this, and it's okay to grab another sheet of paper and write big. It really is. I think it's better. I hate kind of being restricted by that. All right. So let's start out this problem here. 3.5 gallons times, you need to go from gallons to quarts. Now, do you have a conversion from gallons to quarts, or do you know how many quarts are in a gallon?
4 quarts in a gallon.
Okay. Now, it is always the case that whatever unit is here goes on the bottom because they are going to cancel. Okay. And you can see that I've already kind of used up our real estate here on this problem because I write big, but this ends up being 14 quarts. Is that okay? Great. All right, let's go to number 11 here. All right, the two triangles are congruent. Which angle corresponds to the triangle on the right corresponds to angle B. So this is kind of like an orientation thing. I think it's pretty clear that C and Z go together. You say X goes with B. I would agree. I would agree. So another thing you could do here is rewrite the triangle, one of them, and you could say, okay, that's C, that's B, that's A, and make sure they're in the same orientation like that. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. What is the area of this figure? So it's a composite. It's what's called a composite figure. Composites mean you're either adding or subtracting. In this case, you're adding. You've got maybe a rectangle and a triangle. Do you remember your formulas for rectangle?
Yeah. So
this is base times height. This is 1/2 base times height.
Okay, so 6 times 424 for the square. Then
the triangle is a little tougher here because you actually need to redraw it. That's not right. You have to envision that it's laying on its longer side. And its longer side is 4.
The height is 4.
Right. Or you can go that, keep going that direction. That's fine. You can say, okay, its height is 4. How do you find the third side of a triangle when it's not given?
No.
Pythagorean theorem, A, B, C. Which side are you missing? Are you missing A, B, or C?
A.
A. So it's maybe even good to label that. It's A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Go ahead and solve that for A for us, please.
So would A be 1 centimeter?
It is not. You got to square those numbers.
Oh, okay.
You got to square them. Number squared.
Uh, 3 squared.
So you let me try to help it out here. A squared plus 4 squared equals 5 squared. So you have A squared plus 16 equals 25. Subtract 16. A squared equals 9. So it is 3 squared gets you to 9, but I just want the value of A, basically the number without the square.
Okay, the number without. So 3.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Now this is one of those that's worth remembering. 3, 4, 5 triangle. You're going to see that over and over again. All right. Now that's enough to find the area of the triangle. Do you have an answer for me, Lois?
Oh, so the area of the big one was base 1/2 base times height, 3 times 4, 12, 6. So 24 plus 6, 30 centimeters squared.
Very good. Okay. If I'm ever quiet, there's a couple of reasons. One, it could be muted. The other is I'm probably wanting you to work it out here. So let's keep that in mind. All right. Looks like we're on to number 13, rope. Does that look right to you?
Yeah.
The rope was coiled into circular loops about 30 inches in diameter to the nearest foot. Each loop of rope was about how many feet long? So a couple things here. Good to draw a picture. Circle. What is the formula if you go all the way around a circle? What is that called? If you go all the way
Pi
around,
times diameter.
pi
Or
times, it's called the circumference. Circumference
yeah.
is pi times diameter. They're giving you the diameter. They're saying 3.14 times 30. Okay. But that's in inches, isn't it? Do they want your answer in inches?
No.
No. So you have to realize, like, okay, I'm gonna have to do something here. It might be better to convert before you multiply. So here's what I mean by that. This is your answer in inches times how many inches are in 1 foot. How many inches are in a foot?
12.
12. Okay. So here's what I'm suggesting. It's probably better, and I've mentioned this a few times, it's better to divide before multiplying. So you want to take 30 and divide it by 12. That's 2.5. Okay. And then that's what you want to multiply by 3.14. That will save you time because you don't have a calculator. You got to do this by hand.
Okay.
So we give that a try here and let me know what you come up with.
Hold on. I messed up. I need to redo it.
Okay. Take your time.
Uh, 7.85.
Okay. And round it to the nearest foot. What would you say? How many feet is that?
8 feet.
Yes. Very good. Any questions on that before we do number 14, which is also a circle problem?
No.
Okay. Do you have a test or a quiz upcoming?
Yeah. But
When
this
is
is the study guide.
when is the test or quiz?
I got the study guide today, but it's tomorrow. But the questions are pretty easy, I think.
So far, yeah, you're doing real well so far. So let's keep you on here. The area of the top of an 8-inch diameter plate is about. So again, here's the circle. We want the area. What is the area of a circle? What's that?
Pi radius squared. So 3.14 times 8.
Is this the
3.14
radius?
times 4.
Yeah, this is 4, but you have to square it first. Order of operations, right? You have to square before you multiply.
So 16.
Yes. And this is where you might want to use estimation, okay? Because the answers are 30, 50, 80, 100.
Oh.
3 times 16 is about 48, or it is 48. So it's going to be probably that.
Okay.
Any questions on that sort of idea, concept?
No.
All right. All right, number 15. For questions 15 and 16, solve for the unknown variable. 4/3 equals t over 2.1. There are two approaches to doing this, Lewis. The first is to cross multiply, and this is in no particular order. So when I say cross multiply, I'm multiplying 4 times 2.1 and
Then
3
divide
times
by
t.
3.
Have you seen that before?
Can't you divide by 3? Oh, well, yeah.
Well,
That's how you get t.
you can also do what you were about to say, which is you can clear the fraction on the right. Okay. And to do that, you multiply both sides by 2.1. There's yet a third way here, which is to figure out the multiplier or divisor. And that's the kind of the really the fastest way. Basically, it's like, how do you go from like 3 to 2.1? And you might know that it's 70% or 0.7. Okay. And then you would multiply 4 times 0.7. They all give you the same answer. So you just have to figure out what you like. They're actually all kind of the same anyway, but yeah, math, the more math you do, the more you get to choose what you like.
2.8.
Yes. Very good. All right, number 16. Grab the snip here. We're actually gonna have plenty of time. I forget how quickly you and I are able to move through questions. So one of the things that I think could help here is whenever you see a negative or just a plus x is to put a 1 there. I used to do this when I was first learning algebra stuff. It really helps here. So this is 3x minus 1x. What is that? What is
2x.
that? 2x minus 1 equals 25. To solve for x, you have to undo multiplication by 2 and subtraction by 1. Do you remember which you undo first?
Multiplication. No. Addition. Subtraction by 1.
Yes. And you do that by undoing it by adding 1. 2x equals 26. Divide by 2, x equals 13. Let me really quickly give you one here to try, please. Okay, would you solve this one on the right for me, please?
Okay. X equals 10.
Yes, x is 10. Very good. I kind of remember us having some trouble on some of these solving problems, but you did really well on those, so I'm not sure anymore. But if we got some time at the end, we'll do a couple more here. Okay, so this is scientific notation. And with scientific notation, you got to break it up into, I'm going to do this division, and then I'm going to do this division. Okay, now the one on the left here is just good old fashioned dividing. Nothing too exciting there. Will you give me the result of 4.5 divided by 3?
1.5.
Good.
And then 10/4.
Yep. Very good.
This is going quicker than I thought.
That's good. Is there 1 through 10? Any questions on those?
Yeah.
Or did you already do those?
Not yet, but they
Okay.
they weren't arithmetic that I didn't understand.
Okay, let's take a look here at this one. So the nice thing about multiplication is the order does not matter. So you can multiply the numbers and then multiply the bases of 10.
Okay. 2.8. And then 10 to the negative 10th. So 4.8 times 10 to the negative 10th.
Yes. All right, so 19 is an order of operations problem. I guess I should just have you try it just to see what you got here.
So we're keeping that other thing.
-1 times -2. Would that just be -2?
So a positive times a negative gives you a negative. A negative times a positive is also a negative. If you have a positive times a positive, that's positive. A negative times a negative gives you a positive also.
Okay. So would that be 1 then?
The final answer or the numerator, what do you,
The denominator.
the denominator is -1 times -2. What is 1 times 2?
1 times 2 is 2.
Okay, so the two negatives make positive,
Oh, okay. So just 2.
just 2 on the bottom.
And then the top, would that just be -6 divided by 2?
All right, so yeah, we guess we got to look. It's a little closer here.
Oh, no, because it's if a negative minus a negative, is that still positive?
Yeah, two negatives. Okay, so two negatives together make a positive. So here's how I view the top:
1.
-2 plus 3 plus 1.
Okay.
The two negatives before the 3 make positive. The two negatives for the 1 make a positive.
So 2 divided by 2, which equals 1.
Yes. Okay, let me give you another one of these to try. Okay, go ahead and take a look at this one, please.
Okay.
They're trying to trade it for free agency, but every girls just don't have the money.
No, that's 2. Okay, so the denominator is 2.
How sure? So it's a sign. You know, the signs are really important, right? The first two negatives, what do they do?
Those just turn into 2 because.
Okay, so now it's +2 times -1. And it's okay to write that out.
Okay. So 1.
Multiplying, you're multiplying. 2 times 1 is 2.
Oh,
but
so
it's
-2 again.
Yes.
Okay, there we go. And then 1 plus 1, 2, negative, or 2 over -2.
It's 2 over -2, which is -1.
Okay.
We'll do another one. Let's get through number 20 before we do that. I mean, the good news is that like this is not the like emphasis, in my opinion, of this test. So got some time to clean that up. But number 20 here, new problem. Whenever you see parentheses, you should think I'm going to distribute. You're going to distribute this number inside parentheses. So that the number is actually +2. Like the sign, the operator goes with it, it becomes the sign. That's what you're multiplying each of these by. Like you're taking that 2 and multiplying by x. You're taking that 2 and you're multiplying it by -3.
Okay.
So you bring the 2x down plus 2x. What is 2 times -3?
2 times -3 is -6.
Okay, plus 2.
-4.
Great. So now the 2x and the 2x combine, the -2 and the 4x minus 4. Okay, let's do another one of these.
Is that just the answer?
Yeah, this one just is it should say to simplify, reduce. Actually doesn't have instructions. Oh, it just says simplify. Okay, let's try another one of these. -2 -1 minus a -1 all over -1 times -1 times -1.
Okay. Okay, so 0 over -1.
The bottom is correct, the top is not.
Plus 1. So -2 minus 1 is, oh, no. Okay, so -3. Okay, -2. -2 over -1.
Try again. Okay, so here, like, here's what you gotta see. This is 2. -1 plus 1.
Okay, so, oh, okay. So, 1 and then, so you're going to -1 and then you're going back to -2. Or is it 1?
2 minus 1 is 1. Plus 1 is 2.
Yeah.
Or you can say -1 plus 1 is 0. So just 2.
Oh, okay. But doesn't have to be negative because of the order we're doing it in?
So this, you can add or subtract in any order,
Oh, okay.
just like you can multiply or divide in any order. And what you could do, because you're a good math student, like I was always curious. I was like someone tell me something like, I don't believe that. And I'd be like, I would like try to find, it'd be like, okay, 5 times 10 divided by 2. It doesn't matter how you do this. If you do 5 times 10 divided by 2, you get 25. If you do 10 divided by 2 and get 5, 5 times 5 is
25.
25. And I would do the same thing with plus or minus. And I would just sit there and because I needed to prove it to myself. I needed to say, like, I don't believe this. Like, how can this be? But that's, you're the kind of math student that really should try this stuff on your own. Now, maybe you're not that curious or you don't care, but I think you do. I really do think that you might want to know this. Take like 3 minus 5 plus 7 minus 6. Does it matter the order? Like if you do 3 minus 5, 7 minus 6, then add it, or -5 plus 7, then combine it with a 3, then combine it with a 6, or -5 plus 7, combine it with a -6, then combine it with the 3. You'll get the same number every time.
Okay.
Because the truth is, Lewis, addition and subtraction are exactly the same. Multiplication and division are exactly the same.
Okay.
Like you learn them differently for convenience, but they're actually the same.
Okay.
All
Got
right.
it.
So we do have to stop there. Thanks for letting me go off on a little bit on that.